This year, Sarah and I had just an abundance of peaches on our peach tree, like thousands of peaches. I'm talking about so many peaches, and they were so beautiful. We'd take them down off of the peach tree and take them inside and start to eat them. But after eating several peaches, we started to notice a particular problem. If you weren't looking very closely on some of them, there was a teeny itsy bitsy little hole. And when you bit into it, that peach that looked so beautiful on the outside was full of worms on the inside. And so you got, well, maybe a mouthful of some extra protein along with those peaches. How could something that looks so delicious, so beautiful on the outside be so rotten on the inside? Or recently, Sarah and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. We've been married for 25 years, and we celebrated at the English Inn. We had a photographer that came out. We didn't even get a professional photographer for our wedding. And she created absolutely beautiful photos of us and our kids, made us look so amazing in these pictures. But what you don't see in these beautiful pictures is that that morning, right before we were getting ready to leave to go to our 25th wedding anniversary photo shoot, we had a big argument. And it was one of those arguments where we realized on the drive there that we really had to resolve this. We had to work through this conflict, or we would be celebrating our anniversary with this thing in the background, this elephant in the room. And so behind these beautiful pictures was this, well, significant conflict that we had. How can something that looks so beautiful on the outside be so problematic just outside of the frame? That's the problem that we want to deal with today. How can something look so good on the outside and be so problematic on the inside? As our team was talking about this series, Tiffany Norday, our worship producer, pointed us to Chesley Christ. Chesley was Miss USA in 2019 and went on to represent the United States in Miss Universe, and she finished in the top 10. Chesley Christ basically had it all, right? I mean, she was Miss USA, top 10 in the Miss Universe. Unfortunately, behind this beautiful woman was a really challenging, well, mental health landscape. Her last Instagram post, she wrote, "May this day bring you rest and peace." I said it was her last Instagram post because later that day, she died by suicide. Now, here's someone who has everything as far as external beauty goes. But how can something that's so beautiful be so challenged behind the scenes? If you're struggling with suicide today, know that there is help. There's a new hotline, 988. Call the suicide prevention hotline and get the resources that you need. You are not alone. Or think about our own country, America. It's the richest nation in the world. It's maybe even the richest nation in all of history. And yet we have more school shootings than, well, any other nation by far in the whole world. How can something that looks so good on the outside have so much violence and hurt and pain on the inside? So here's a question for you today to put in the chat or turn to a neighbor and talk about. When have you experienced something being so beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, it's just full of rot? Let's talk about that.